Hello and welcome to our third session, and in this session we are going to work on the audio mission. You will learn the fundamentals of implementing different types of audio in Unity scenes. You will learn how to set the tone with background music, how to add realism with sound effects, and even how to implement spatial audio in a 3D scene. The main skill that you are going to learn here is develop 3D audio for a scene. In this shorter audio section, you will learn the fundamentals of implementing audio within your scenes. Well-designed audio can completely transform a user experience. It can set the mood and even allow someone to fully immerse themselves in a scene. In this session, our goal is to bring a kitchen scene to life with sound. First, you will add a boiling pot to the stove. Then you will give it a realistic spatial audio. You will set the mood with some background music, learn how to work with 2D audio. Finally, you will add extra layer of immersion with the sounds of birds chirping outside. Soon you will have a solid grasp of adding and mixing different types of audio to Unity scenes. So let's dive in and make some noise. Now if the project is not open, open Unity Hub, and in the projects you have the Unity Profile project. We are going to continue from our previous session, and if by chance if you doesn't have the file or if you have not completed the previous session, then in the YouTube description video or in your e-learning module, if you click on the more here, you have one Patreon link. Click on this Patreon link, come to the Patreon page, scroll down, and you have Unity Profile Audio Essentials start.zip. Click on this to download it. Once it is downloaded, copy it to your Unity projects folder, unzip it, come into Unity Hub, and here you have add, choose add project from disk, and here browse to your unzipped folder and click open. Right now I will cancel this and I am going to click on this Unity profile to start our project. For this session, coming into your project window, open assets, and in Unity profile content you have scenes. Double click to open it, and in this session we are going to open this 3 kitchen audio scene. Double click to open this. As it opens, select 2_kitchen, come into the scene view and press F. Now Alt left mouse click to turn around and navigate and see the scene. Here if you come into the main camera, already this main camera is attached with a simple camera controller script which has move speed, rotation speed and mouse sensitivity. The 3 values you can control it here, and it also has an audio listener. If I click on the play button and play this scene, and by pressing A you can turn left, by pressing D you can turn right, pressing W you can move, pressing A turn and again move. So I can move around the scene by using my WASD keys. See, I can navigate through this. If I stop the playback, this navigation is made possible by attaching the main camera with this simple camera controller. When you add a camera in the Unity scene, it will by default have an audio listener. This main camera, as it is moving through the room, it is not only seeing the object, but it is also hearing the sound. When I start the playback, initially if you have a sound of refrigerator humming, when you are here the sound of that humming will be less. But if I press A, then press W and move closer, the sound volume is going to increase. I will stop the playback, and this is possible because of this audio listener. Remember, Unity always allows you to have only one audio listener. Coming into the scene, let us first add some game objects into our kitchen. The very first object we want to add here is a boiling pot. We want to create a vessel which has a boiling water. In the scene, right click, press W and move closer towards this stove. So, you can see the stove here. Now, come into your project window and in Unity Profile Contents, you have prefabs. Double click to open it. You have one folder called Kitchen. Double click to open it. Now, inside this, you have one boiling pot. Drag this boiling pot prefab and place it over our stove like this. I will press F, move closer, Alt left click to turn around, and I am going to just adjust its position so that it sits exactly on the stove. Alt left click, turn on the other angle and see that it is correctly placed on the stove. If you select this boiling pot prefab and if you double click and open it, inside this you can see a pot, water, bubbles and steam. So, when I click on the bubbles, you are seeing an animation running, because if you see in the inspector is a particle system. Now, I will come back to scene, and to see this effect I will press File, Save, and if I play, you can see a small amount of smoke moving here. I will press W, come closer, and if you see here, you can see the water bubbles moving up. So, we have created this effect using the particle system. Stop the playback. Let us add a boiling water sound to this game object. I am going to select the boiling pot from the hierarchy, come into the inspector and click on add component, and here in the search type audio, and I am going to add an audio source. Click on this. The first parameter you have here is the audio resource. Right now it is set to none. I am going to click on the arrow here, and in the search I am going to type bubbling. So, you have a sound of bubbling water. So, if I just select this, now I have added this sound, and in the loop I am going to enable loop. Go to File, save this. If I play the game, you can now hear the boiling water sound. However, now I am away from the boiling pot. I will move closer. Say whether I move close, whether I move forward, whether I press A and turn on the other side. See, the level of this boiling water sound is the same, because as of now this is a 2D audio. However, what I want is, when my camera is away, the volume should be less, and as I move closer, the volume of this boiling water has to increase. For this, we have to convert this boiling water sound into a spatial sound. So, to do this, I will stop the playback, come into boiling pot, it is selected, and in the inspector audio source, you have one feature here called as Spatial Blend, and right now it is set to 2D. I will drag it to the other corner and set it to 3D. I will save the file, press the play button, and now if you check this, you can now see that the level of this water boiling sound is very low. Okay, but when I move closer, can you see? Now the level has increased. If I move back, see, the volume decreased. So, now even if you turn here, the boiling water sound is coming to my right ear, and if I click D and turn this side, the boiling water sound will be coming to my left ear, and this is what we call as the spatial sound. I will now stop the playback. Let us add a light background music to this game now. I will come into the hierarchy, right click, and in the add game object menu here, you have audio, and from audio I am going to add audio source. I am going to name this audio source as background underscore music. Now with this background music selected, if you come into the inspector, you now have an audio source component, and as of now audio resource is set to none. Now before I select an audio here, come here to the project window, and in Unity Profile Contents audio, you have music, and here you have some 7 musics, music upbeat. As soon as you select on the right hand side, you can see the preview, play it. So select any of the music over here. So I will select music classical and I am going to play this. Stop it. This is the music I am going to use it here. So I will come back here and select background music. In audio resource, I am going to click on the right hand arrow here and I am going to type music, and here I am going to select music classical, and then I am going to enable loop. For this spatial blend value, I will keep it 2D so that this background music level remains the same irrespective of my camera position, and only thing is volume, instead of 1, I am going to set it to 0.5. Now come to file, save this, and when you execute the game now, you can hear a light music playing at the background. If I move closer, you hear the boiling sound clearly. Now boiling sound is not clear, but the music is constantly playing. Now I will stop the playback. I want to add some ambient sound all around this kitchen. I will select _kitchen in hierarchy plus F so that I get the full view of my kitchen. I will alt left click and turn around, and I am going to add some background sound of, say for example, some birds chirping. I will come into hierarchy, right click, choose audio, and I am going to add an audio source, and I am going to call this as bird 1. I will come into the inspector, and in the audio source, I am going to click on the point here and choose bird, and I am going to select SFX bird 1 effect here. Now I want this bird sound to be outside the room. So I will right click, come into the top view, I will just drag it and place this at some point over here. Now all around you see here a sphere outline, and you see some blue points here, and if I drag this, this will determine the area of influence of this sound. So I will give this an area of influence till here. I will right click and come into the front view and place it at some height over here. Now I doesn't want this sound to start as soon as I play the game. In bird 1 audio source, you have one play on awake ticked. I will switch it off. Randomly I want this sound to play for a few seconds, then stop, because this is a bird chirping sound and birds will not keep on chirping continuously. So it will chirp for about 3 seconds, then I need some 30-second gap, then again chirp. So to create this kind of intermittent sound playback, I am going to come into add component, and here I will type play, and you have one option here, play sound at random intervals. I am going to select it, and here you have 2 parameters. I want this to play for a minimum of around 3 seconds and maximum I want it for about 8 seconds. I have set the spatial blend to 2D. I will drag it and make it 3D. Now if I save this and if I execute the game, now when I am far away to the right, see the bird sound, chirping sound is low, but if I come to this left hand end, see here the bird chirping sound is louder, but if I move to other end, the volume is going to decrease. Now I will stop the playback. I want to create multiple bird chirping sound. So I will select this bird 1, Ctrl D, and I am going to duplicate it, press F2, and I am going to call this as bird 2, And for this, in the audio resource, I will click on this arrow, I will put bird and I will select the second music track, and this minimum maximum duration I will set 4 and 12 for this. I will come into the top view and I am going to drag this and place it here. I am going to reduce this area of influence like this. So, I will keep it less. Even for this, I am going to reduce the area of influence like this. Then I select bird 2, press Ctrl D, duplicate it, press F2. I will rename this as bird 3. Then I am going to select this, drag it with middle mouse pressed, I pan it down and I am going to place it at the back of my kitchen room here. In the audio resource, I will click on this arrow and here again I will type bird and I will select this SFX bird 3. I will set its minimum to 5 and maximum to 15. I will go to file, save it, and now if I execute the game, you can now see you heard one chirping sound. So you have one more sound here, this is louder, and if I come back, see you are hearing a different sound. So like this, we have a kind of natural sound playing all around my kitchen room. I will stop the playback. Now when you are developing the games, if you want this kind of bird chirping or the boiling sound, all this sound, you can get it free of cost from the Unity Asset Store. So here in the Unity, if you come to the top here, you have Unity Asset Store. Click here and choose Asset Store Web. This is going to bring you to the Unity Asset Store. First you have to come here and you have to sign in with your account. Once you have signed in, then in the search, I am going to search for music and press enter. You have various kinds of music is available to you, and here in price I can click on free so that I get all kind of free music available. I am going, instead of music, I type free music here and press enter, and now you can see here you have 100% free game music is available. You will also have the rating and number of people who have downloaded it. Select this 100% free game music collection. I can select this. I can click on add to my assets, and now it will ask for terms of service. Click on accept. Now here I can click on open in Unity and click on open Unity editor. Now if you come into Unity editor, in the package manager will open automatically, and in my assets you have free music collection, and I can select this and click on the download button. So this is now going to download and store it in your project. Now this asset is around 376 MB. Once it has been completely downloaded, I can click the option import one to project. It is going to show here the import Unity package dialog box. Choose all and click on import. Now you can see all this game collection will be imported into your project. Now once it is imported, I will close the package manager. Now in your project window, if you come into asset, now a new folder is created as free game music collection. If I double click to open it, you have action music, you have adventure music, sci-fi music. So I can open this folder, select any of the music here, I can play it and I can use it in my game. So in this way, you can get a lot of free music stuff and special sound effects free of cost from Unity Asset Store. Now next, when you are building a game, if you have some concert hall or you want to create a completely empty room or a ghost room and you want to add some audio effects like echo or reverb, then you can come into the hierarchy, right click And if you come into audio, you have another option here called as audio reverb zone. Add this audio reverb zone, and once you add it here, you can see it is at the center here. I can place this reverb zone where I need to place it. I will place it at the center here. I will right click, press Q and come down. So, I will place it center of the hall like this, and then you have the minimum and maximum distance unit. So, I will set this to around 3 and maximum to 8. So, this is the area where this reverb is going to work, and then in the reverb preset you have different types of preset available. So, if you are underwater, how you hear the sound. So, if I click on underwater here, go to file, save this, and if I execute the game, see you are hearing the sound just like you are below the water. See, I can stop the game, and similar to this I can use bathroom, living room, storeroom, auditorium, concert hall. I can use any of this. Right now in this case I am going to use living room, and I am going to come here to file and save it. I want to also add a humming sound for this refrigerator. If you come into the hierarchy, if you come to 02 kitchen, open it, inside furniture you can see the refrigerator. I will select the refrigerator, press F, Alt left click, and I am going to turn around. And for this refrigerator, in the inspector I will scroll down, and in add component I will type audio, and I am going to add a audio source. And here in the audio resource I will click on this arrow, and I am going to search for hum, and you can see fridge hum audio clip. You have a clip. I will attach this clip, and then I am going to enable loop, scroll down, and in spatial blend I will set it to 3D. To go here to file, save this, and now if I execute this game, now you are hearing the fridge humming sound very lightly. But if I come near the refrigerator now, see, now that humming sound is loud. So I can move back. So now we have successfully understood how we can add different kind of audio effects in our game. I will stop the playback, come to file and save it. With this, we are going to conclude this audio essential section, and from our next session we are going to start working on programming essentials.